Hey, stranger.
Hey, Ocean, how are you?
How are you?
Oh, living the dream. You know how that goes. Wrong.
How are you feeling?
A little bit tired. I'm dealing with, it's caused such dissension in our building. This because there's people over there that are liberal, there's people over there that are right, and it's caused problems within the building between residents, and there's a lot of friction inside.
What do the problems look like? What is that?
Oh, people yelling, screaming at each other, cursing each other on the elevator. Oh yeah, it's gotten bad. It's gotten bad. I had my TikTok account taken over night before last. I was laying in bed watching TikToks, and all of a sudden my name on my TikTok account was changed to something else, and then something popped up and said I was permanently blocked. So somebody's getting into my phone.
So you got hacked and...
I got hacked and everything else, and then found out somebody also got into my bank card. So I turned the Bluetooth off my phone and recorded my card, and I don't know who got into it, but somebody can just walk by you these days and get your info, it seems. And it's frustrating because that's not I was telling somebody the other day, I miss the old phones that we used to have.
Yeah.
Because then when you got mad at somebody, you could slam the phone down.
Well, that was it.
That was it. You were done. But, and then I got approached by management the other day. They called me in the office. I what did I do now? But it wasn't that. Reach Properties that owns our apartment building has acquired counsel, and they're going to sue ICE and DHS to stop the munitions and all that stuff, and sue them for gassing the residents and causing problems so that they can get money out of them, I guess.
Holy shit.
So it's gone a little viral. I'm talking to a few people. I told them that under no uncertain terms was I for the here, I'll back up.
Yeah.
You sit there.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
That'll work.
Let's take
there you go.
somebody's chair.
And under no uncertain terms was I for the protesters. And then they said, okay, well, they wouldn't let me take a picture of this sign-up form. And so then when they told me that, I went, okay. So I came back the next morning and I went, let's go. You know what? On a second hand, if suing ICE and DHS will get me will get rid of the protesters because they'll go away. If they go away, then yeah, I'll talk to the lawyers because they're going to be here on Monday. And I was being a little sly because I want to find out who these lawyers are.
Right.
I want to find out who are they representing exactly. I want to find out everything I can about it. And then I'm going to tell them to go to hell. Because DHS and the ICE officers are just doing their damn job. And it's a dangerous job. We've all heard about the shootings lately and people being harassed that work for ICE and DHS when they're just doing what they were told to do. People forget that Obama deported 3 million immigrants. Okay? 3 million people. He just did it quieter. President Trump said, the hell with that. We're just going to do it and get it over with. He's doing what he promised to do. And 76% of Americans voted for him, so that they must want it.
Well,
but
I talked to you the other day, and I asked you, did they ever lower your rent or help you at all because of the assaults?
Nope.
But now they're doing that to DHS. Do you think that's just because it's politically convenient?
Well, here, I think it's politically, yeah, because it looks good. Okay, if you go around my building, on every window, it'll say no smoking within 10 feet. If you smoke within 10 feet, you'll get written up by the management. And so many write-ups, and you get evicted. Ever since the Patriots tore down the camp down here, those homeless, protesters have moved over to our building under the eaves, right next to the building, smoking pot, smoking cigarettes, and and drinking. And I went to the main office and complained.
What did they say?
They told me, oh, they've asked them to leave several times. I said, you have to trespass them. Oh, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So if, as a resident, I can get written up. But if you're a protester, don't even live here, you can do whatever you want to do. And where I pay a lot of rent here. I pay $1,100 a month to live here. That's half of my income. Half. I'm still trying to save. I've gotten halfway on my give, send, go. I've gotten halfway there. I had a goal of $5,000 because it takes money to move. And I've got $2,500 so far saved. And I'm hoping to God I get more of it saved. Because I got to get out of here. This is not going to end because we got 3 more years of President Trump.
We're getting into deep winter and people are still here.
Oh, yeah, it's freezing out here and they're still here. And they're not going anywhere. And you tell me how, when you protest, you scream at them, the ICE officers, to remove their masks. You won't take yours off. You scream at them that you're non-violent, but you put your fingers in their face all the time. You bring guillotines down here. You scream at them to jump off the building and kill themselves. If they do have if they take their face mask off, you follow them home. We've had people followed home from ICE, and their families are doxxed, and their addresses are given out. I've had my address given out, which apartment I live in, by another person that lives there, because they don't agree with me. I would never do that to anybody. I don't care if I like you, dislike you, whatever. Your home is your castle, and you should have some safety there.
That is so crazy.
I used to have a flag on my balcony, and it was Jesus pulling back the American flag, and it said "One Nation Under God." I took it down because I got doxxed. Because people were looking for the lady with the flag. I gave it to one of the patriots who loves it. He carries it every So, yeah, I'm still trying with the give, send, go to raise enough to get out of here.
Well, I'll put that back up when we cut this interview.
Thank you. I really would appreciate that. I have some pride. You know, I worked all my life. I've been on the books since I was 14. I come from the generation where your parents didn't believe in raising kids, so I picked green beans and strawberries in the summer for my school clothes. I worked after school and weekends, and as a nursing assistant in high school, and then went back to college and got a degree, and, well, not a great degree, an associate's degree. I got injured on the job, that's why I'm in a chair. Unfortunately, no company loyalty, so I just live on disability only. And, but the problem, is I worked, and I was proud. If I could still do my job, I would do my job. But I can't lift patients anymore. I worked at that big blue hospital up there on the hill working with vets. And here's the thing that really upsets me the most. They carry around signs, Free Palestine. They carry around Mexican flags. If it's so great there, go there. But I worked in that hospital the day 9/11 hit. And when I come out to the waiting room to get a patient, they're all staring up at the TV on the wall, and I see a towering inferno on fire. You remember the old movie, The Towering Inferno? I thought that's what they were watching. No. I watched 2,000 something and change people lose their lives in less than 5 minutes. Remember that, America. You forget. We were attacked on our own soil by people that don't like us, that used our education system, went to college here, and then killed all those people in less than 10 minutes. Wake up, America. Wake up.
I was talking to Danny earlier, like, a lot of times the protests, you can see off in the distance someone's homeless. But we're protesting other countries.
Exactly. How many of our vets are out here homeless? We should be taking care of our own people first. How many people here gave everything they had to defend our country? My dad was a Korean War veteran, and he didn't live to be old because he got, chemicals and everything else, but he was proud to serve. My middle brother was a Marine, my oldest brother was Air Force, and my dad was Navy. People forget, this is America. When we started to let go of our values, like I remember every morning at school saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I went to a Catholic school, so we had to pray too. I'm not so sure about religion in school. We're all so diverse. But I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay? And if you want to stick in there, go, well, the immigrants deserve justice. They lost that right when they came in illegally. Do it legal, and I have no problem with you. My family came over as Irish Catholics through Ellis Island, my great-great-grandfather. We did it legally, and the Irish were treated like crap. They were the white slaves of that century, okay? A lot of them had to pay off their fare to get them here. A lot of them had to, they were put in as housekeepers and laborers and dock workers, but we did it legally. And I'm tired of having to apologize for being born white. I grew up poor, man. We all went to the same food bank, and it didn't matter what color your skin was. But, government cheese was the best. But, just do it legally. Don't jump the gun. Don't get ahead in line. It wouldn't work if you went to an event and you tried to jump in line in front of 20 people. What do you think would happen? They'd get a little upset. So quit trying to jump ahead. It's just the way.
So Cindy, when I first met you, you were, I would say, a little afraid and anxious. You're out here now. You got a...
Yeah, I got one of the guys here bought me this hat, and I just love it.
How are you feeling out here with all these people around you?
I still can only come out when these guys are here. I won't come out at night otherwise, because the protesters are the most foul-mouthed, vile-speaking people. They have no respect for the elderly. In fact, they want to kill off the elder generation. They blame us for what's wrong with this country today. It ain't my fault. It's their parents' fault. They didn't whoop their ass when they were growing up and make them go to school. And I'm sorry. The only time I feel safe is if the Patriots are here. Otherwise, I wouldn't come out. I wouldn't come out at all. And there's people up here in the building that look out the window. There's one up there right now looking out the window. If they see me out here, they accuse me of doxing them. I won't tell anybody where you live.
So, with the tension in the building, is it the people we know that have taken sides, or is it the whole building that's tense?
It's a mix, I think when you deal with, I talk to mostly the elderly there. I don't really know the families and stuff. I think the younger generation is kind of on the protesters' side. The older generation, some of them are, some of them aren't. There's a lot of veterans in our building, a lot. And I think a lot of them, because of the way media is put out there these days, it's not like in the old days where we could sit down and turn on the 6 o'clock news and everything else. They have to actually see this stuff, and you and I both know that everything that's street is not street.
Right.
And so they're not sure what to believe in. But what they all do believe in is they just want peace and quiet. None of them here wants this attention in their neighborhood. And if you look up that street and you see those high rises over there, we've all said that if this was going on up that way, it wouldn't be happening.
Oh, no. It'd be a totally another story.
We'd have every police union down here. We'd have the state patrol. We'd have all the, it wouldn't be happening, but we are a low-income building. So we are basically collateral damage, and they don't care. So So I'm frustrated. You know, I'm not sure if I pay fair. I found that out a long time ago. I paid fair. But, you know, if I got to pay that much in rent a month to live there, I think I deserve some privileges as far as having my own peace and quiet. I'm not afraid to take my dog out. Not afraid to get on the elevator. Not afraid to speak to people. See, that's their biggest thing. Their First Amendment right to free speech. But they won't give you that. Ever.
You have to be quiet if you don't have that opinion.
Yeah, you have to be quiet or be in fear of your life. You know, I told you a long time ago I got attacked by that Justin Bowen. And he kept breaking his restrictions, and so then they put further restrictions on him. And he's not supposed to be between the Selwood Bridge, the Ross Island Bridge, the freeway, and the river. Well, several people say that he's been seen in one of those blow-up costumes. I don't know. I haven't seen him. But the district attorney called me this week and said they were going, because they put an ankle monitor on him. And I told the district attorney, I said, well, they're going to try and remove it. No. You need to go through the records with a fine-tooth comb and find out exactly where that monitor is at all times. Because I guarantee you, my friends say it's been here. And I'm afraid of it. Yeah, he's a midget, but he weighs 250 pounds, Ocean. He's huge.
And he's violent.
And he's violent. So, you know, I don't understand it. I'm so sick of their lies down there. They call it a peaceful protest. They call it, you know, kids. What really kills me is, you know, the trans rights and everything. Honey, if you were in Palestine, which you're protesting for, they'd throw your ass off a building just for who you are. So that kind of is an oxymoron, don't you think?
It's like, what are you fighting for?
What are you doing, dude? And if you're down there wrapping yourself in a Mexican flag and you're so proud of your heritage, go home. I don't think that's a horrible thing to say. I'm proud of my heritage growing up in America. You know, I might be corny, but my family, you know, most of my family lives back in Nebraska, the Bible Belt. We like corn on the cob, roast corn. We like apple pie. We like baseball games. We like Saturday night. We like June bugs and lightning bugs and some floating down the river on an inner tube. That's the America I want.
Before you respond,
I don't want this, you know, Palestine and Israel been fighting since biblical times. Let them blow each other up. Settle it. Let them do it. We have no business being there. Take care of your own first.
And for a lot of you guys,
and I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel.
You don't have to apologize for that.
I don't care if you're black, you're white, you're Mexican, you're Chinese, you're anything. If you're here legally, you're an American. That's why we're called the melting pot. And I don't care what the color of your skin is. It's like Martin Luther King said, the content of your character. That's what matters.
Okay.
I have plenty of people I know in the building that are black.
I love this
and I tell them all the time,
if we stole the land,
and excuse me when I have to go buy them and everything else. Because they're human beings, and they can't even respect our else. You know, I'm not going to force my life on them. Don't force yours on me. And just because, you know, yes, we had a horrible thing happen in the United States. There was slavery. But that was eons ago. And why should people have to pay reparations when they've never owned slaves to people that have never been slaves? I don't make sense. You know, so it's just and this bullshit about American citizens being deported. That hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. If they get their papers, if they get taken in and they show their papers and prove they're American or at least have a green card, they're released.
There was the Cherokee. There were many different Native Americans.
Well, let's end on something positive, Cindy. What's
at the behest of the Spanish crown?
What's something you're taking from this that's positive? What are you learning from this that's something good, you know?
You can win the land, it's yours.
What I'm learning from this is because the majority of the protesters down there snub those young little crap. And then tonight, I seen this woman, she brought down her kids. I've seen them here several times.
Gratitude acknowledgement would be nice. But what is your problem?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So my
And my hope for America is that, you know, like Charlie Kirk, I love Charlie Kirk. I love that man. He would go to colleges and he would debate with the kids and make them think. Make them think when they're, you know, and he would even agree if he thought, well, he's got a point there.
now that the body cam
Okay,
Right.
maybe I'm wrong. He was a man enough to admit if he was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but my hope for America is that we get more kids like that, more young kids like that, that stop and think with their mind and not with the media. You know what I mean? They get entrapped in this bullshit that tells them all these. You know, you talk to any of them and ask them, okay, what American citizen got deported? They don't know.
Gratified as the idea that somebody
Okay, well,
hold on a
So you
second.
think it's all surface level?
So-
it's all surface level. They don't dig into it. They don't realize.
on a
And they call it
MS-13 foreigner.
what America has lost
Fight that they want to have is so moral
total
and
and complete
disgusting.
respect.
With so much
In my day and age, if you got on a school bus or you got on a city bus and there was an elderly lady getting on, you got up and gave her 2 cents. They don't have it no more.
I've never seen anybody because they were MS-13.
And we said please and thank
So
you.
what was that? That's marijuana.
We opened the door for each other. My favorite thing to do when I go downtown, I like to go to the market on Saturdays at PSU. And there's a big floral thing down there, you know, where they can buy a bunch of flowers. And I like to see a lady walk by with a big bunch of flowers, and I'll say, hey. She'll look at me and I'll go, no, those flowers are beautiful and not as pretty as you. If you just give each other one nice compliment, you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what happened in their life. You don't know what struggles they're with. But if we can be kind to each other, get a smile out of each other, that can make that person's whole day.
Hold on a second.
You can change the world that way. Real good.
Let me finish.
Try being nice.
I absolutely can. Allow me to finish.
It's a good message, Cindy. So good to see you.
It's good to see you. I'm so happy to see you. I missed you.
I missed you. I'll be out again.
Okay, honey.
Good to talk.